For as long as humans have lived on Earth, we've been compelled to reckon with the forces of nature. From the dimly remembered struggle to survive amidst the immense and incomprehensible power of the elements, to the conquest of today's high-energy physics, our understanding of the ways of Mother Nature has always been the key to everything else. And since the beginning, an endless parade of shaman, priests, prophets, medicine men, inventors, scientists, magicians, geniuses, if you will, have dazzled us with their real or pretended penetration of nature's mysteries and have struggled to point the way for the rest of us. The trouble is, they've not always pointed in the same direction. While some have deserved our support, others have not. When we have chosen poorly, we've paid a heavy price in tyranny, injustice, and bloodshed. When we've chosen well whom to follow and which ideas to implement, nature herself has rewarded us with freedom, peace, and prosperity. They can put a man on the moon. It'd be nice if they could make a car that'd run without gas. Hi, I'm Doug Kenyon, editor and publisher of Atlantis Rising magazine. Preceding every great advance and many of the setbacks in our history, the geniuses, technologically speaking, of both light and darkness have battled for the hearts and minds of the rest of us. But despite the stubborn resistance of those committed to the primitive notions of earlier ages, the outrageous impossibilities of one generation continue to become the revolutionary breakthroughs of the next and the basic necessities of the future. Still, in the 20th century, while the Henry Fords, the Marconis, the Thomas Edisons have succeeded in capturing most of the attention, others, with technological prowess bordering on the miraculous, strangely have gone unnoticed. Men with names like Tesla, Moray, Wright, Russell, and Schauberger, laboring in almost complete obscurity and achieving almost incomprehensible miracles, it is said. Free energy, anti-gravity, transmutation of the elements, physical rejuvenation, and more, were yet largely rejected, ridiculed, or despised by the scientific establishment of their day. But now, a few decades later, a new breed of inventors, scientists, and researchers is making rapid, if yet unpublicized, strides toward unraveling the astonishing secrets of those unsung giants who preceded them. Today, many of these new technological magicians find themselves on the threshold of breakthroughs still believed by many to be the stuff of hallucination. In the next hour, we'll learn how prolonged youth, infinite energy, escape from gravity, maybe even cars without gas, and much, much more may be nearing tangible reality. But we'll also learn that some seem to fear such developments and will apparently do whatever they can to prevent them from coming to pass. Join us now as Atlantis Rising presents Clash of the Geniuses, Inventing the Impossible. When FBI agents entered the shabby room in Manhattan's New Yorker Hotel in January 1943, they were looking for technical data, plans, details perhaps of a secret weapon. It was wartime and no chances could be taken that an enemy might lay hands on the secrets of the frail 86-year-old man who had just died there. The agents quickly removed the contents of a small safe and left. What exactly was taken remains a mystery to this day, but many still believe it could have included the secrets of infinite power, the wireless transmission of energy, and maybe even weapons of awesome destructive power. After all, the dead man was none other than Yugoslavian-born scientist Nikola Tesla, the inventor of alternating current and holder of hundreds of major patents in electrical energy. A man who had turned down a nomination for the 1912 Nobel Prize in Physics. Why did such a man die penniless and alone? And why, over 50 years later, should we care?
Today, some of the greatest scientists who ever lived are hardly even known to most people. Nikola Tesla, who was probably the greatest scientist ever, is pathetically unknown to even many electrical engineers and people of science backgrounds.
He was such a gifted inventor and was really one of the initial people that began to look at the whole concept of free energy outside the normal realm of physics. He envisioned the free energy based on universal principles.
The guys like Tesla, who are really doing great things. In fact, things that we rely on even today, I mean, AC current, the whole transmission system that runs most homes and businesses was Tesla, yet many people don't know his name. He was also a guy that was advancing ideas for new energy weapons back at the turn of the century.
Bolts of lightning, or what we refer to as lightning, but it was an energy beam, and he was throwing that against Pikes Peaks, 26 miles away. And he was able to maintain it, turn it on, hold it, and then turn it off. Here we have a replica of Nikola Tesla's laboratory that used to exist in Colorado Springs.
Today, research into Nikola Tesla's many amazing discoveries continues near his former laboratory in Colorado Springs by members of the International Tesla Society, such as new energy inventor Jerry Levine.
The device inside was referred to as a magnifying transmitter. This device was designed to coax energy out of the Earth's core and actually send large bolts of lightning, but not lightning in the usual sense. It was more like a particle beam that he would throw out. There's a documentation of this in newspapers and stuff at the time where he did a demonstration with this magnifying transmitter and actually lit 10,000 watts worth of light bulbs 26 miles away. You're talking about a device that could be the size of your average swimming pool that people have at home, okay, about that big of an area, and yet that device would be capable of putting out enough energy to run probably 5 states. So when he told the world that he was going to produce power of an undreamt degree, I think it went over their head, because that's exactly what he was doing with it.
Tesla was not the only genius of the 20th century to experience the pangs of ridicule and rejection.
Henry Morey did indeed have the ability to tap the energy of space and produce usable amounts of electrical energy.
T. Henry Morey was never able to get the American scientific community to pick up on the great achievement he had made. And so when he passed away, by that moment, it had been lost in history.
Thomas